Welcome, everybody. I'm honored to welcome you today to our 2024 National Meeting of the American Cancer Society National Roundtable on Cervical Cancer. Today's theme, Force of the Future. My name is Sarah Schaefer, and I'm the Vice President for National Roundtables and Coalitions at Your American Cancer Society. Our business unit works together to convene multi-sectored organizations and diverse communities to work together on the most pressing issues impeding our progress in improving cancer outcomes. We do this through convening 6 national roundtables and supporting the Centers for Disease Control's National Comprehensive Cancer Control Program grantees and coalitions. I am honored to be here today on behalf of the leadership of the American Cancer Society to welcome you to our public session. Today, we will review what we have done together since the launch of the National Roundtable on Cervical Cancer in 2022, and to explore what we will do together moving forward in our fight against cervical cancer. Thank you for joining us today. We are excited to welcome our member organizations, affiliate members, corporate members, our sponsors, and those of you who have joined to learn more about the Roundtable. We hope that after today, that you will be inspired to continue to engage with us in our fight against cervical cancer. We are introducing a new virtual platform, and I hope that you will enjoy your experience today. This platform will help participate your engagement in a number of ways. You can access on-demand content, explore resources, visit the expo booth to see what our member organizations have been up to, and participate in a virtual scavenger hunt. So please spend some time moving around the platform. You will earn points as you do, so keep your eye on the leaderboard. I want to now take a minute to introduce the American Cancer Society National Roundtable on Cervical Cancer team members. And I want to express my deep gratitude to this team for all that they've done to bring us together today. Shelley Dusick serves as our director. Courtney Van Orr and Kira Long serve as our program managers. Both Shelley and Courtney have been together on this roundtable since our launch. And I feel so fortunate that this team is here to lead our efforts. So thank you all for working tirelessly to bring us together today. You know, it truly takes a village to host a national meeting. And I am so grateful to the members of our planning committee, as well as our team members from across the American Cancer Society who are joining us today to help facilitate different aspects of today's meeting. So you can see our long list and again, thank you to all of you for taking your time to support us today. I want to extend my deep gratitude to our sponsors, BD, Hologic, Merck, and Roche. They are the reason we are here today. They are the reason we are here as a roundtable. So thank you for your unwavering support and commitment to our shared vision. Next, I want to introduce our American Cancer Society National Roundtable on Cervical Cancer volunteer chairs, Dr. Akiva Novetsky and Dr. Susan Vadarumpel. Thank you to both of you for leading our efforts, and thank you for the role that you're going to play today in hosting today's meeting. So I want to turn the reins over to Susan, who's going to welcome you all and cover some additional information.
Thank you so much, Sarah. And I also just want to echo thanks to Shelley, Kiara, and Courtney. You are the heart and soul of making this meeting and many other things in the Roundtable happen. So I wanted to just take a few minutes to talk about, as we chart our course for the future, it's how important it is to reflect on our past achievements. So let's take a minute to revisit some of the highlights from last year's meeting. From the engaging tiki talks, the lively sing-alongs, and exploring best practices to discussing promising innovations, and what I found most meaningful, concluding with a unified commitment to lead the U.S. in eliminating cervical cancer. Over the past year, we've made significant strides. We did that because we took your valuable feedback and ideas from that meeting and integrated them into this year's strategic plan. Some of the highlights and successes of our ACS National Roundtable on Cervical Cancer include, who could forget that we had a roundtable on January 6th of just this past year where roundtable members were invited to represent their individual organizations at the White House Cervical Cancer Forum. And the roundtable got an important shout out for our commitment to anchoring our work in health equity. At the combined primary HPV screening and self-collection summit in February, participants addressed the need for new tools and resources as we moved into a new era of HPV screening. We focused on the most effective ways to deliver these resources and shared valuable insights with the self-collection work group. The self-collection work group used the summit as an opportunity to assess the necessary preparations for implementing self-collection in the U.S. by learning from those who have already implemented primary HPV screening and drawing insights from the ACS National Colorectal Cancer Roundtable. We were able to identify key best practices and opportunities. Here's some action items from the summit. I'm proud to say a couple have already been completed, while several more are set to launch in the very near future. As number 6 addresses, with the very recent FDA approval of self-collection tests now available in clinical settings, there's an increasing need for guidance on implementing primary HPV testing. Today, we'll equip you with that latest information and resources on this important topic. For additional insights on what we can learn from colorectal cancer testing, be sure to catch Dr. Colangelo's presentation that's in our on-demand resources. You can access it via the link in our auditorium. Please note that the on-demand content will remain available for you to review even after today's meeting. Also accomplished this year, our work group reviewed our current resources, and what was particularly meaningful was we identified additional areas where materials were needed. And as a result, we added 30 new resources to our library. We were thrilled to welcome 13 new member organizations. We hosted multiple webinars, including wonderful coffee and conversations that were open to the public, reaching thousands of people, as well as member-only webinars for those of you that are participating actively within our roundtable. In response to your call for leadership, which we heard loud and clear at the national meeting on cervical cancer elimination, we have a historic, first of its kind, innovative partnership between roundtables where our National Roundtable on Cervical Cancer and our National HPV Vaccination Roundtable have established a cervical cancer elimination work group. This is a pioneering cross-roundtable initiative that will meet in person later this year to start crafting a comprehensive strategy for what we all would love to see in our lifetime, which is eliminating cervical cancer in the U.S. In addition to the many accomplishments that I just shared, here's some exciting projects that our work groups are currently working on. Whether it's patient education webinars, white papers, tutorials, step-by-step guides, or quick one-pagers, our teams are actively engaged in a range of impactful initiatives to fill those gaps that we see on the horizon. This snapshot is just a small portion of both the enthusiasm and the ongoing work of the National Roundtable for Cervical Cancer. And to think we've still got 4 months left to go in the year, so I'm very optimistic about what we can accomplish. So without further ado, I'll hand things over to my co-chair, Akiva Novetsky, who will guide you through what we have for the rest of today. Akiva?
Welcome to the ACS National Roundtable on Cervical Cancer's national meeting. This year, under the theme Force of the Future, I am honored to share with you the transformative achievements of the Roundtable in reshaping the landscape of cervical cancer. I'm Dr. Arif Kamal, Chief Patient Officer of the Patient Support Pillar at the American Cancer Society, and I'm extraordinarily excited to highlight the remarkable progress made by this Roundtable since its inception only in October 2022. From the beginning, the Roundtable, as I've seen, has been steadfast in its commitment to health equity, striving for fairness and justice to mitigate the impact of cervical cancer for all. This commitment permeates every facet of your work, from prioritizing the voices of historically underserved communities to setting the priorities for all persons who have a cervix. The Roundtables walk the talk. That approach to health equity was even mentioned during the White House Cervical Cancer Forum in only January of this year. Secondly, through the integration of the primary HPV screening initiative and the formation of the self-collection work group, the Roundtable is paving the way for screening innovations that can reach those subpopulations that continue to remain under-screened. The primary HPV work group has curated over 30 resources in this resource library supporting healthcare systems in transitioning to the important concept of primary HPV screening. Self-collection represents a promising advancement in cervical cancer screening, and as we learn from colorectal cancer screening, providing patients with choice enhances screening rates significantly. If we even achieve a 90% screening rate among eligible individuals in the US, we can realistically aspire in our lifetime to eliminate cervical cancer as a public health problem. Lastly, I am thrilled to announce the establishment of the Cervical Cancer Elimination Work Group, a testament to your advocacy and vision. Originating from your demands at the 2023 national meeting, this interdisciplinary work group involving members from both the cervical and HPV vaccination roundtables will craft the U.S. strategy for eliminating cervical cancer as a public health concern. This audacious goal epitomizes the collaborative spirit of the National Roundtable's program writ large, tackling challenges that no single entity can confront alone. Together, we are reshaping the landscape of cancer care for all individuals affected. And for that, I extend my heartfelt gratitude for each of you for taking the time, passion, and energy to drive this transformative change. Thank you for being the force that propels us forward. Together, we will continue to make history in the fight against cervical cancer.
Right. Good morning. I'm Akiva Novetsky. I'm one of the co-chairs, and just showing how excited we all are about all the work that we're doing. We couldn't even wait to get Dr. Kamal's comments and appreciate the support and the vision from ACS in moving all this forward. As a reminder, all the videos and most of the content from today will be available in our on-demand library. And to give a brief overview of today's agenda and navigate the schedule, we began with our gratitude, reflecting, celebrating the progress that we've made over the past year. We will be following this up with our keynote presentations from distinguished keynote speakers. They're going to share insights on the latest research in cervical cancer disparities, discuss the future of cervical cancer screening with the recent FDA approval of self-collection options, and also introduce a really new, exciting data dashboard that will help us and provide deeper understanding of how cervical cancer impacts the lives of all. And we will also hear the very powerful voices from our survivor panel, hearkening back to what was one of the highlights for me of our last in-person meeting, where we heard from the survivors, and which truly motivated me and many others to continue doing the work that we're doing, and shows the impact that we're having. A little bit later this afternoon, we'll have two interactive roundtable talk sessions, which are really designed to foster in-depth discussions, share the best practices, and explore new ideas. We're going to explore thoughts on best ways to communicate and share our roundtable deliverables. We ask for your input to help us figure out how to best serve. And we'll use the data gathered in these talks today for future deliverable design and dissemination strategies. The second roundtable session will address a range of topics that you've expressed interest over the past year. We'll have subject matter experts who will provide an overview of the topic, answer your questions, and help us explore opportunities for the Roundtable and our member organizations to contribute to the work related to your Roundtable's topic. To further walk you through some of the other features of this dynamic platform, I'd like to introduce Shelley Dusick, the Director of the American Cancer Society National Roundtable on Cervical Cancer. Thank you all for joining, and have a great day.
Thank you, Akiva. As you make your way through today's conference, I highly recommend a visit to the exhibit hall to explore what our organizational member booths have to offer. These booths are a wonderful opportunity to connect with our organizational members, learn about their impactful work, and gather valuable resources. Each booth provides unique insights and information that can enhance your understanding and support your efforts. It's a fantastic chance to engage directly with representatives, ask questions, and fill your swag bag with great materials. Think about your swag bag as a virtual shopping cart. You simply add resources that you'd like to take home. At the end of the day, you can email yourself a summary of everything that you've selected, making it easy to share and review the wealth of knowledge that you've gained. Don't miss out on the chance to explore, network, and gather useful resources that can benefit both you and your organization. Next, I want to take you for a ride to the Networking Lounge. In the upper right corner of the lobby, just beyond the waterfall, and watch out for the flying car, you'll find the ACS NRTCC Networking Lounge. From here, you can easily access the ACS NRTCC Resource Center. You can explore the member booths in the exhibit hall, get technical support, and review the agenda. You can also engage with the ACS NRTCC socials. The Networking Lounge provides quick access to our social media platforms, YouTube, LinkedIn, and X, by using the small round buttons at the bottom just under the agenda. And last, don't miss the photo booth, where you can snap a photo or upload one of your favorite images and add futuristic frames and fun stickers. There's even a chance to vote for your favorite photos of the day. We also encourage you to take these photos and share them on your social media. Let people know that you're here in the room where all this change and exciting things are happening. And lastly, we're excited to introduce the fun and engaging activities to elevate your conference experience. We've got a virtual scavenger hunt. So throughout the day, as you dive into this engaging challenge, explore the virtual platform and look for the hidden icon. It's a fantastic way to get acquainted with event features, connect with fellow attendees, and earn points as you go. Remember to keep an eye on your progress and check the leaderboard to see how you stack up. The more you engage, the more points you'll earn. And prizes await the top 10 participants who showcase exceptional creativity and enthusiasm. So immerse yourself in the competition, and let's add a level of excitement to your conference journey that you've never known before in a virtual space. Good luck, and enjoy exploring the innovative digital space where we all get to shape the future together. Want to take just another moment, though, to tell you about the help desk and other ways to get technical assistance. So you can engage at the help desk. That will take you in where you can see the agenda, and you can click another button to talk to someone with technical assistance. The other piece is just under the Networking Lounge, tucked neatly into the, just in front of the waterfall on the lobby page. There's that little icon that looks like a thought bubble. That is your chat. You can open that up, ask to join chat room, scroll all the way to the bottom until you find BFAIR's technical assistance. Click on that, join the chat, and save it. And if anything goes wrong, you can quickly get help by just dropping in a note that you need help in there. And last but not least, if you're in the Networking Lounge and you find yourself having trouble, there's also that technical help button there. So no matter where you're at, help is never terribly far away. Likewise, if you are exploring the site and it's time for that next session to come up, all you have to do is either go to the auditorium and click in where you're getting that live agenda with the countdown clock, or you can go into the networking lounge and click agenda. That will also get you into the same space with those countdown clocks and sessions. Once that countdown clock for your session gets to 1 minute, then you can click in and you're ready to go. So as we wrap up this welcome session, please direct your attention to the lower right corner of the meeting platform for announcements. That's where you'll get information about our next session, cervical cancer health disparities, which will begin immediately after this one. Announcements will pop up in the corner. You'll also see them come up on the chat room. And these are things to just help you navigate a little easier. These buttons will generally activate about a minute before the sessions go live, so you'll have plenty of time to get ready for your next session. Now, we're going to go ahead and close out the welcome session. We're a little ahead of time, which means you've got just a couple of minutes to look around and see if you can't find a few of those icons that are hiding about the site. And we look forward to seeing you very soon.